I didn't expect to run into you here, Liam murmured, his voice barely steady as he stood in the entrance of the cafe. My stomach dropped so fast it felt like the ground disappeared beneath me. I knew I hadn't done anything wrong. Nothing secret, nothing inappropriate. But the way the scene looked, it was terrible. I was seated across from my supervisor, Daniel, both of us leaning over documents, heads close as we sorted out a project that had fallen behind schedule. In the split second before Liam masked it, I saw the shock and pain flicker across his face. Wait. I stood abruptly, the chair scraping harshly against the floor. This is not what it looks like. Liam's eyes swept over the half-eaten meals, the warm lighting, the way Daniel had been gesturing animatedly. I saw something in him crumble. I thought you said you'd be stuck at the office, he said quietly. I insisted, but the server crashed. We came here to finish everything before the deadline. Daniel lifted his hands in surrender. I'll give you two some space. He stepped away, but the damage lingered like smoke after a blown-out candle. Liam didn't speak as we walked to the car. His silence felt heavier than shouting would have. Please, say something, I whispered. It took him nearly a minute before he finally asked, fragile and thin, why didn't you tell me you were coming here? Why didn't you think about how this would look? I opened my mouth, then closed it again, because he was right. I should have sent a message. I should have considered his feelings. I had been so wrapped up in deadlines and chaos that I hadn't thought about the person who always supported me. At home, he simply said goodnight and closed the bedroom door gently, not slamming it, which somehow hurt even more. The next morning, he was quiet, not angry, just distant, choosing his words carefully, as if afraid of revealing the depth of his hurt. I tried explaining again, but every explanation sounded like a weak excuse. Nothing happened. I repeated softly. He nodded, but it wasn't the nod of belief. It was a nod of someone too tired to argue. Over the next few days, I made choices I should have made long ago. I left work on time. I turned down late meetings. I told Daniel I needed clearer boundaries, and he respected that. Liam noticed the changes, but the sadness in his eyes didn't disappear overnight. One evening, I finally asked, "Do you still trust me?" He hesitated, a long, painful pause. "I want to," he said. "But wanting to and being able to, they're not the same right now." My throat tightened with tears. "Then let me earn it back." "I'm trying," he whispered. "I really am." The cracks between us were no longer avoidable, not because of betrayal, but because I had let work consume everything while expecting our relationship to survive on autopilot. I'd given him promises, but not presents. A week later, he handed me an envelope. My hands trembled as I opened it, terrified of what I might find. But it wasn't what I feared. It was a brochure, a couple's retreat, workshops on communication, rebuilding trust, reconnecting. "I booked it for us," Liam said softly. "Not because I'm giving up, but because I'm not ready to lose you." That was when I broke, the mixture of guilt and relief overwhelming me. "I'll do better," I cried. "I'll show you. You don't need to be perfect," he said. "Just honest." The retreat wasn't some magical fix, but it forced us to talk, really talk. Honestly, painfully, deeply. I shared how drowning in work had made me shut down. He told me how invisible my stress had made him feel. Months passed. Our relationship didn't go back to how it was. It became something stronger, sturdier, more intentional. Right before transferring to another department, Daniel told me, "You're lucky. Most people don't fight for their relationships." I didn't realize how close I'd come to taking everything for granted. In the end, I fought for us, not out of fear of losing Liam, but because I finally understood how deeply I had hurt him without realizing it. Love isn't just avoiding the big mistakes. It's taking responsibility for the small wounds, too. He didn't accuse me. He didn't leave. He gave me a chance to rebuild. And in rebuilding, I discovered a deeper, more grounded kind of love, the kind that doesn't depend on perfection, but on understanding, effort, and the courage to begin again